Hello, Faith Unlocked ladies. I just wanted to come on and share a quick word with you. So, for those of you who know me well, I'll kind of invite you a little bit into I want to close something on my computer, into my life. And I wanted to see, there's a cardinal that's singing. Wanted to invite you into my life a little bit and some of the fun things that I get to do. So one of the things that I do every night is I have an app called Sleep Cycle, and it helps track your sleep. It records any sounds that are made during your sleep. And I tend to talk in my sleep a lot, and I've had many days where there's been some very prophetic but also very profound things said. I can tell that I'm coaching people in my sleep. Very vivid dreams. Anybody else out there? Anyways, the title of this message is actually what I said in my sleep last week, was we have an opportunity to do extraordinary things. And I don't know that you actually know that about yourself. I think many of you don't think that it's possible to be out there doing extraordinary things. Maybe you think you're not good enough, or name it. You don't fit the part, your voice sounds funny, I don't look like I should, all the lies, right? So just wanted to pop in and share that word today. I am still off social media technically, but I'm going to be kind of slowly coming back in. I actually received a pretty wild message from somebody on Mother's Day. And without sharing who it is, it's actually a family member. Not my immediate family, but a family member who, she is a pre-believer. I call people pre-believers who have yet to be a believer. To really speak life into people. I used to call people non-believers, and I'm like, no, let's call them pre-believers. So she actually sent me a message and said, Happy Mother's Day. I really miss your posts on Facebook. And I was thinking to myself, I had no idea that she even saw my posts, that she liked them. Partly because there's no interaction. There's no liking, tagging, commenting, anything. It's kind of like a hidden, we have people watching us, is basically what I want to say. And usually they're the most unsuspecting. And to me, if you guys know me well, back probably 8-9 years ago, when I would be leaving the corporate job I worked at, I kept getting this nudge to do Facebook Lives, and I was like, Lord, you got the wrong one. I don't like speaking, I don't like videos, I don't like any of it. And I was just fighting it. And then he said it's for the one, him, and for the one who would watch that needed to hear the word. And as I got this message from her the other day, I was reminded of that again. And although I've loved taking time off social media, I've been waiting on him to show me when to go back. And to me, that was enough to know that, your voice matters. You never know who you're impacting. A lot of times you're never going to know. In this world, you'll probably hear when you get to heaven, but you're impacting people no matter what. Every day you have a chance to make an impact and do extraordinary things. So I'll be slowly meandering my way back onto the social media in a different way. I've been more pouring into a community that I have off of Facebook called Life Unlocked Collective. People have called me a Kingdom Resource Distribution Center, a connector, and that's my heart over there, is to really pour out more, have a space where I can share some of my favorite things, have monthly missions, do things where it's a very small investment. I'm still taking in founding members, but that's where I'm going to be doing a lot of the pouring into, because I know that people are actually seeing things there. Whereas in Facebook and Instagram, social media, things just get really lost in the shuffle. things get really lost in the noise. So I wasn't even planning to talk about Life Unlocked Collective, but if you did want to check it out, it's called Life Unlocked. Well, the website's lifeunlocked.life. How easy is that? Like I said, I'm still doing founding member pricing. It's ridiculously a good deal. We'll just say that. I don't want to say it's cheap because it's not. It's just what he showed me to charge for it. It's just $55 a month, which represents double grace. So there we go. Anyways, so I wanted to share that. Like, what are you being called to do that's extraordinary? Because we are not called to be ordinary. We are not ordinary. I believe that like every gal that I get the privilege of working with has a mandate to be different. And unfortunately in this world, there's a lot of, noise and voices that are trying to show you how to duplicate and, here's your blueprint, here's this, 10-step program. But God's doesn't work that way. At least I don't think so. So to end, I just dropped a solo podcast episode that it's a very vulnerable one for me. Didn't plan to do this, but Proverbs 3:5-6 comes to me often, especially this week, of we can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. So this was just a small step in my plan that he has for me this week to vulnerably share some of my messy middle in business. So have fun. I would love to hear what you think. And if you guys have any questions about Life Unlocked Collective, please reach out, share in the comments what you're being called to do that's extraordinary. I love connecting people to people and resources. So if you have something that you're creating or resourcing or you need help with, I would love to be that coach in your corner to help you like walk out your but God said, that extraordinary thing, because we are not called to be but what if people. And I'll just leave it at that. So take care. Have a good day. Bye.